Okay, continuing with 6.2C, College Algebra, page 538. Very bottom of the page, there's an example, and it says that 9x squared plus 4y squared equals 36. So what it's asking us to do is it's asking us to find the vertex, and it's also asking us to find the foci. And then once we have the vertices and the foci, then we're supposed to graph. So, first thing we want to do is set this up in the standard form. Okay, so in order to set this up in standard form, remember we have the x squared over a or b squared, depending, plus y squared over a or b squared, depending, equals 1. So that means this 36 needs to change to a 1. So the first thing that we're going to do here is we're going to divide both sides of this equation by 36, and that'll give us a 1 on that right hand side. So 9x squared over 36 plus 4y squared over 36 equals 1. Okay, so that makes it easy. Now all I have to do is reduce 9 over 36 to 1/4, and 4 over 36 to 1/9 equals 1. And I know that in that formula, this number here is an a squared or a b squared, and it's a 4. So we're going to convert it to square, and we're going to make it like that. And I'm going to convert my 9 to a 3 squared. And now I have an equation in standard form. So notice what I have here. My bigger number is under y. So that means my ellipse is going to look like this, so that my y is longer than my x. So that being the case, this equation, this is my b, and this is my a. So a equals 3, and b equals 2, because remember the a is the longest one always, and the b is the shorter one. Okay, so the major axis is vertical, like we showed right here, which means the vertices are here and here. So my vertex is at 0, 3, and 0, minus 3, right? Okay, my longest distances. All right, and what am I looking for? I'm still looking for the vertices and the foci. So I've got the vertices, 0, 3, and 0, -3. Okay, so the vertices, or the foci, if you look back on page 537, it tells you what they are. For a vertical ellipse, at the bottom of the blue box there in 537, it tells you that your foci are 0, -c, and 0, c. Alright, so that being the case, we know what our A is. We know our A is 3 and we know our B is 2, but we don't know what our C is. So we're going to have to use that formula they give us on that page and find out that c squared equals a squared minus b squared. So we're going to go ahead and plug the information we know in here. So 3 squared minus 2 squared. So that gives us 9 minus 4 is 5. So c squared equals 5. So c equals the square root of 5. Normally you have a plus or a minus there, but c is a distance. So it's just square root of 5. So that tells me that my foci then is from up here, 0, -c, and 0c. My foci is going to be 0, negative square root of 5, and 0, square root of 5. Okay, so I found what I needed. I found my foci, And let's see, oh, up here at the top is my vertex, my vertices right there. Okay. Then it asks you to draw the graph. Well, I have my vertices at 0, 3, and 0, -3. I also have my minor axis, the distance between the origin and B, at 2. So my x-intercepts, where it crosses the x-axis, is going to be at 2. So let's move this stuff up. So I've got my thing here. My major axis is going to be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. My minor axis is my B, which is at 2, here and here. And I can just kind of make a somewhat of a smooth curve around here to get my ellipse there. So, if the center of your ellipse is not at the origin, things get a little bit tricky. They're not really too terribly bad. We'll just do, looks like one example there to show you how to do that, and I'll just do that on 6.2D.